all know that the Lakers' biggest need in the 2025 NBA offseason is to go find a competent big man to play alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. On today's show, we are going to take a look at 4 center trade targets for the LA Lakers in the coming weeks and months, and we'll get into those here in just a few moments. But before we do, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button for me right now. Last month, we hit 253 subs in the month of May. Our goal is to double that here in June. Help us get to 500 subs here in the month of June. It's the most important month of the offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers. So hit that subscribe button. And if anything happens with the LA Lakers, you know where to come. It's youtube.com/LakersTV. According to Anthony Irwin, Rob Pelinka has been active and the Lakers need centers, plural. So maybe they're not even just looking at one center. It could be a thing where they trade one and sign another, or they trade for multiple. The Lakers obviously need centers, as we mentioned, this offseason to complete their roster and really compete with the teams in the upper echelon of the Western Conference. So let's take a look at some potential trade targets, starting with Walker Kessler out of Utah. He had a fantastic rookie season in Utah, but it really hasn't quite clicked for him so far with the Jazz. And Lord knows where the Jazz are in terms of their rebuild or in their building process of a roster. They are all over the place right now. In his rookie season, he averaged 9.2 and 8.4, including 2.3 blocks per game. He's been a block machine, averaging over 2 blocks a game in each of the first 3 years of his career. The field goal percentage is good because everything with Kessler is right around the rim. I think he's a really good player, and the Lakers have had rumored interest in the past with Walker Kessler. It seems like he's been in trade rumors basically his entire career with Utah, just because no one knows what Utah is going to do, even though they just hired Danny Ainge's son as their president of basketball operations, and he may be looking to go in a different direction. And I do think Kessler would fit well on this Lakers roster. It's a pretty simple deal if you want to go get Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz. You just trade Dalton Knecht and a 2028 first-round pick swap, and I think that gets the deal done. Knecht just really hasn't made an imprint in his first year in Los Angeles, and they did agree to the trade to send Knecht to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Mark Williams, which obviously got nixed due to the failed physical from Williams, and then Knecht was brought back, never really integrated back into the Lakers rotation, so it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if Rob Pelinka dealt Dalton Knecht again this coming offseason. So Walker Kessler, a name to keep in mind. Nic Claxton is a guy that you would have to pay a lot more for than you would if you were going to get Walker Kessler. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA, and it seems like he's kind of wasting away there in Brooklyn, another team that really doesn't have much of a direction going forward or even currently. I don't know if they're going to be trying to compete for postseason or if they're going to be tanking. No one knows. But Claxton averaged 10 and 7.5 last year, 2.3 stocks, which if you don't know are steals and blocks combined, and 56% from the field as well. His skill set certainly fits with Luka, as he's more of a lob threat than Walker Kessler is, and Luka is at his best when he has a lob threat, and that's why the Lakers tried to go get Mark Williams at the trade deadline. A lob threat just feeds off Luka so well in the pick and roll game. It opens up a ton of opportunities for both the center and Luka to do what they do best on the offensive end of the court. Wouldn't mind Nic Claxton whatsoever, but like I said, it would take a lot more than just giving up Dalton Knecht and a pick swap. So I think you're going to have to be giving up the likes of Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, including Knecht, and probably that 2031 first-round pick in order to go get Claxton. And to be honest, I'm not sure if this is even enough to entice Brooklyn to go get it done, but this is what I would offer if I was the GM of the Los Angeles Lakers. I really like Nic Claxton. I think he'd be a great fit in LA. I'm just not sure what the feasibility of this deal might be. We'll talk about the other 2 centers here in just a few moments, but we need to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which of course is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Prize Picks has over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, making daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Do you know ball? There's only one series left in the playoffs, and the championship is officially on the line. That means time is running out for you to put your final takes to the test on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. They put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. And today on Taco Tuesday, you can get a discounted projection on Paul Skeen's strikeout. So go check that out as well. But here is my projection for game one of the finals. I'm going to go with the more on Miles Turner rebounds. I'm going to take the less on Tyrese Halliburton points. And I'm going to take the more on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander free throws attempted. So you can copy my picks or make a lineup of your own. Just please make sure you do it over at PrizePicks. How do you play? Super easy. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS on your screen right there to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed once you play that lineup. Again, download the app and use code CLNS to get that $50 bonus when you play $5. It is PrizePicks. Run your game. Daniel Gafford could be another option that the Lakers try to look at this offseason. Gafford heading into the final year of his contract with the Dallas Mavericks, and the rumors were that he wanted starter money on a potential extension, and I'm not sure that the Mavericks are ready to pay that, so he could be someone on the trade block. And Gafford was a great player for the Mavericks after they traded for him at the 2024 NBA trade deadline, was an integral part en route to the 24 NBA Finals for the Mavs. He's a guy who's going to give you 11 and 7. He's going to give you over a block a night. He's extremely efficient around the rim, plays with a ton of energy, and built an instant chemistry with Luka Doncic. So we know that connection works, and it would be a pretty seamless transition from the Mavericks to the Lakers for Daniel Gafford if they were to explore that deal. The Mavericks are looking for guard help over the course of this offseason because Kyrie Irving's going to be out until at minimum January with that torn ACL. So I kind of think this deal is pretty simple to make. Gafford for Reeves straight up would be the deal that I would offer the Mavericks. If you have to get picks involved, you can do so. But I really think Gafford would be a perfect fit. Now, the only thing with Gafford is he probably can only play 25 to 30 minutes a night in order to be the most effective. You don't want him playing much more than 30 minutes. Otherwise, he starts getting tired and his effectiveness really starts going down. So if you go get Daniel Gafford, you'd probably have to find another center to pair with him. But I think he would be the perfect fit for the LA Lakers offense. I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Would you trade Austin Reeves for Daniel Gafford? If you would, type T for trade. If you would not, type P for pass. And let me know your reasoning down there in the comment section. Go on down there and weigh in for me, Lakers fans. Our final one we are going to talk about today is Jarrett Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Allen is one of the key pieces in Cleveland. Cleveland had a fantastic season once again, even though they kind of faded out in the NBA playoffs. Allen last year averaged 13.5 points, almost 10 boards, 1.8 stocks, and was a 70% from the field. Jarrett Allen, fantastic player. He does have a rather large contract, though, coming up here in Cleveland. He's under contract for the next 4 years at just $20 million next year, which is really affordable, but then it goes up significantly after he signed that extension. $28 million, $30 million, and $32 million are his cap hits over the next 3 seasons. So a deal would probably be pretty difficult and might take multiple teams in order to get done. Allen doesn't quite fit. He's not the same mold as the other 3 guys are, but I certainly think Allen could play with alongside Luka and LeBron. It would just be JJ Redick just trying to fit different pieces together in order to make it work. A 3-team trade is what I think it would take to go get Allen. So I have the Lakers receiving Jarrett Allen. I have the Cleveland Cavaliers receiving Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and a pick swap in 2030. And then I have the Nets getting Max Strus, Jaylon Tyson, and that 2031 first-round pick. This is a deal that I think if Cleveland wants to get out of the Jarrett Allen business, they could possibly make. Look, I think Allen would be a really good player for the Lakers. Would he be the best fit of these guys? No, but I do think he is the best individual player that we have talked about here on today's show. So now that we've gone over 4 centers that we've talked about here on the show, pick one you want to trade for. If you want Walker Kessler, type WK, NC for Nic Claxton, DG for Daniel Gafford, or JA for Jarrett Allen. Let me know who the Lakers should trade for down there in the comment section. That will do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. If any Lakers news happen all throughout the offseason, you'll find it right here on the channel. It's youtube.com/LakersTV, and we'll see you guys soon.